Well, joining us tonight, Gordon Chang, columnist, author, senior fellow at the Gatestone Institute. Gordon, first of all, great to see you. And I want to start with the World Bank. David Malpass, the president of the World Bank, he used to be a tough guy on China, and now he's writing off these loans. It makes no damn sense under any circumstance that we would be loaning this money, the World Bank would be loaning this money to China.
Yeah, they shouldn't be loaning any money at all, especially they shouldn't be giving interest concessions. Essentially what we're doing is taking U.S. taxpayer dollars, we're putting them into the World Bank, which then is giving them to China. And because money is fungible, that means U.S. taxpayers are supporting the Chinese military. This is hideous.
The Treasury Secretary, the administration, the president have opposed doing this with the World Bank. Yet here we are in the third year of the administration, and more money going out the door. What in the world is Malpass thinking?
You know, I don't know. I know that China has been able to get to people in these multilateral institutions. But, you know, frankly, to me, it's just completely astounding because, as you point out, you know, before he became World Bank president, he was really tough on China in the World Bank issues. And now he's gone completely soft. So who knows what's going on, Lou?
Kudlow saying that there's no arbitrary deadline, but we heard the president say this, talking about deadlines. Here is the president.
I'm doing very well in a deal with China if I want to make it. If I want to make it. I don't think it's if they want to make it. It's if I want to make it. And we'll see what happens. But I'm doing very well if I want to make a deal. I don't know that I want to make it, but you're going to find out pretty soon. We'll surprise everybody.
The president going on to say that he has no deadline. Your thoughts?
Well, that's important because, you know, we've always had, you know, trade negotiations where we put ourselves under these arbitrary deadlines and given ourselves conditions. And, of course, the Chinese have taken the best of us. President Trump's not doing that. And he's negotiating in a way which is keeping the Chinese off balance. And that's a really good thing, Lou.
It's a good thing, and he also confessed in that same discussion that he would almost prefer and may prefer to wait until after the 2020 elections. What do you think of that idea? Is that a superior thought, do you think?
Yeah, well, first of all, I don't want a trade deal anyway, so deferring it is a good thing. But what President Trump is basically doing is he's saying to the Chinese, look, you don't have this trade deal hammer over me, because everyone has been saying that Trump needs to make a deal before the 2020 election so he can get reelected. And Trump is saying, I'm not buying it, and that's really important.
And the billionaires are the ones pushing this. The Schwarzmans, the Thorntons, the Rubenstein. I mean, Rubenstein even went so far as to say the president doesn't want to have this trade deal hanging over him going into the 2020 election. Overhanging. I mean, the fact is, this president has gained popularity and great respect around the world by defying the Chinese and their extraordinary influence and disinformation program that is focused on one man, and all of it by the billionaires, Wall Street, the Business Roundtable, the Chamber of Commerce, the entire business establishment in this country operating as unregistered foreign agents for the Chinese to undercut President Trump and his trade policies and tariffs. Well, it's extraordinary.
Yeah, you have these global elites. They want a trade deal. They want cooperation with China. They want the World Bank.
They want their
money to China.
They want their damn money. It's all about betting and playing their own book, Wall Street's book. Yeah. They want that Chinese. All they want is commission on all of that money sitting in China.
Yeah, and
the money they'll raise for them.
This jobs report today, 266,000 new jobs in 1 month. The average job increase over the last several months is really impressive. The last people who wanted to hear that were those in China, because this has strengthened President Trump's hand in the trade negotiations. Beijing is looking at that, and they've got to say, oh, my God.
Oh, they can say, oh, my God, about another thing. And so can all of those billionaires and Wall Streeters and the folks over at the Chamber of Commerce and Myron Brilliant, who sometimes is inappropriately named. The fact is that under President Trump, our exports are rising despite this sky-high dollar and despite this so-called trade war with China. This is a president who is winning with tariffs and with a strong demand for balanced reciprocal trade with every nation, but most especially with China. Gordon, thanks so much. Great
Thanks,
to
Lou.
see you.